The Unreal Engine is showing significant support for the Nintendo Switch, and also Nintendo is open to crossplay for all third-party games. What does this mean? Let's go ahead and get into the Nicktendo Direct news. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, but I am back with a new focus for Nintendo news, as well as anime, everything else. These topics will be a part of the Nicktendo Direct podcast this Sunday, but I really wanted to go over them. Starting with the Unreal Engine news. So today, the Unreal Engine released a major update stating that there is significant upgrades for the Nintendo Switch. So here is the list of the improvements. You can find these on the official Unreal Engine blog. Support for dynamic resolution and temporal upsampling, low latency frame syncing for controller input, significant CPU rendering optimizations, improvements to threading, better texture compression, support for memory profiling, back buffer support for 1080p while in docked mode, and many other fixes. Now, I find this news very significant because of a few things. One, Warframe is coming to the Nintendo Switch later. We have Fortnite, but we're seeing tons of third-party games coming to the Nintendo Switch that use the Unreal Engine. And this will also lead into the next subject in the news, but I find it significant that the Unreal Engine is getting significant support for the Switch, because this almost leads into what we hope to see for Nintendo, which is good third-party support. If the Unreal Engine can do it, if Panic Button can port games, these companies will see this and they will hop on the bandwagon. This is nothing, to me, this is nothing but good news for Nintendo. Significant news, which leads me into the next subject. And as I mentioned, I will talk about this in the podcast Sunday, and I also talked about this today in my buddy Mr. Boomstick XL's podcast this morning. And this is something significant. It's from Screen Rant. Pretty much, former President Kimishima was in an interview and was stating and saying that Nintendo is very interested in crossplay for all third-party games that will come to the Switch. And as I mentioned before, I mentioned games like Warframe, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Fortnite. More third-party games are on the way. If companies see this and they see that Nintendo is open to making this a possibility, and we know that crossplay is coming and it's about to be at the forefront of the gaming industry and the gaming community, crossplay is coming. We can't stop it, it's gonna get here. But companies see this from Nintendo, they will be more likely to have third-party support for the Switch. And what have we bashed Nintendo for since pretty much the 64 era? No third-party support for the Nintendo, none whatsoever. None of these companies are willing to work with Nintendo, but I believe companies will see this and be more than willing. Like I mentioned, the Panic Buttons have proven that they can port any game they want to almost, and now the Unreal Engine is now adding significant support for the Switch and significant upgrades for the Switch. It bodes well for the future, in my opinion. So there you have it. That is the news. Unreal Engine updates for Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo is open to crossplay for all third-party games. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as I mentioned before, I'm sorry it's been a minute since I've done one of these videos. I've just been getting back into the kick of things. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, this YouTube thing can get very busy and very stressful, especially when you're working 40 to 60 hours a week. But that's not an excuse. I'm here for you guys. I'm gonna get this done. So once again, let me know what you think in the comments about this news. This has been Nicktendo Direct, and I'll see you guys later.